Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Noah back again with another video. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I help people awaken to their true abilities through wellness and spirituality, aka Noah's Ark. And welcome to today's video. In today's video, I want to talk about how we can change our world through our mind. I also want to talk about how a lot of our life and a lot of our situation comes from, I want to talk about how our family influences how we perceive life and our belief systems. You see, everything in our life is a self-fulfilling prophecy, meaning that everything that we believe is true for us. That's how the universe works. It works off of belief systems. So when we come to terms with what it is that we believe and when we're aware of what we actually believe, we oftentimes find that we have a lot of limiting belief systems within us. And that often stems from our parents unconsciously, right? Our parents, our siblings, some of the friends that we hang out with, right? All of this influences our reality and it influences what we actually believe in. You see, a lot of us have a lot of limiting belief systems that are subconsciously passed down to us, and we start to develop patterns within how we think about life. Now, I want to go over a story about how I overcame being a people pleaser. You see, my mom growing up, she always was a people pleaser. She is still to this day a people pleaser. But, and I never really understood that her unconscious beliefs were kind of passed down to me, right? Because she was a people pleaser, that trait was kind of passed down to me unconsciously, meaning that she wasn't aware of it. And it took me a while to become aware of this as well. But I was in a very toxic relationship, and it showed me how passive I was. I actually learned a lot from it because I was able to understand that I wasn't speaking up about how I felt. And that stemmed from a belief that came from my mom about trying to please other people. And so when I realized this, when I understood this, then I started understanding how valuable my life was. And because of this, I understood that, it does more harm to lie to yourself just to please somebody else, because when we are doing things that aren't things that we want to do, we're doing a disservice to not only ourselves, but to that other person. Because unconsciously, we don't realize that, we're lying to both of, we're lying to ourselves as well as that other person. And we're not really being honest. And once I understood this, and I became aware of some of the people-pleasing traits that I had, I started understanding how valuable my time was. And so it made me really be more honest with people about how I felt and what it was that I wanted to do. And so becoming aware of some of these unconscious patterns that you have, whether it be a limiting belief system around money, or whether it be a limiting belief system around love, right? It's important to acknowledge these belief systems that we have within ourselves. Because when we're able to identify this, this is part of shadow work. When we're able to identify these belief systems and these patterns, right, that's 90% of the solution, because now we're able to choose what we believe in. Like I said before, everything that holds true in our life is from our belief system. And so if we believe that we are pleasing somebody else by not doing what it is that we want, then that holds true, right? But when we start to value our time and we start to realize how important our time is, that is when we can choose to make the change. And that's when we can choose to stand up for ourselves and to value our time. You know, you only have so much energy to use throughout the day, right? And so this is why it's important to analyze some of the things that you are doing and some of the unconscious patterns that you have within yourself, right? My mom has very limiting belief systems around money as well. You know, and because of this, I always worried about money in my life. It used to be a struggle for me, you know, I used to always worry about money. Until I understood that money is just energy, right? It's a currency, meaning that it is strictly a form of energy. And because of this, you know, we understand that we are energy as well. And so when we understand that we're both energy, right, it's easy to manifest a lot of it, and it's easy to become abundant, because when we realize that the money is energy, then that means that it influences how we feel about ourselves, right? Everything that is external that we experience in our reality is a reflection of how we feel on the inside. And so when we have limiting belief systems around money, right, we're always going to think that there's not enough out there, and we're always going to worry about how much that we have and how much that there is. But I want to come on here to remind you that the money is always going to be there, and you have to believe that it's going to be there. And so when we start to change our mindset and our belief systems around certain things, then that is when we can change our world. That's when we can change our life. And that is when we can start to live a prosperous life, and we start living abundantly, right? We start living on our own terms. And so I want to come on here to remind you that you are powerful. You can literally change your world through your mindset and through what you think about yourself, right? If you have money struggles, right? If you struggle with money, that means that you probably have a limiting belief system around money, right? You don't think that it's always going to be there. But I'm here to remind you that that can change. We don't have to physically see a lot of money in our bank account to know that we're rich, right? Because richness doesn't come from material possession. It comes from how we feel about ourselves, right? And so how is it that you feel about yourself? Do you feel rich? Do you feel abundant? Because when you feel rich and when you feel abundant, the universe is going to work around you. The universe is going to, you know, we have to understand that we're magical beings. Because we are magical beings, we can literally create our universe with our minds. And so what is it that you're saying to yourself on a day-to-day basis? Right? What are some of the belief systems that you have about certain things in your life, about love, about money? Right? When we identify some of these negative patterns, like I said before, we can start to change our life. You know, I want to go over a couple of things that have helped me along my journey in terms of viewing myself a completely different way. I am affirmations have been huge for me. If you don't know what an I am affirmation is, it's simply saying I am and putting whatever you want after that, because whatever we say I am, whatever we say after I am, we become. That's how our words work. That's why they call it spells. You know, that's why they call words spelling, because we're literally casting spells from our mouth. And so be mindful of what it is you're saying to yourself on a day-to-day basis, because this is going straight into our subconscious mind. That's why I said it's so important for us to change our mind to be able to change our world, right? And that's the theme of today's video, is that our minds are so powerful, and we can literally create the exact reality that we want to through visualization. and through I am affirmations. You know, all you have to say is, say this with me. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am rich. I am abundant. Money is always going to be there for me. Money is always going to be in my bank account. I never have to struggle with money ever again. Just by saying these words, we can start to feel a vibration within our body. And because of this can change our life. If we start to say this on a day-to-day basis, right, we can change our world. We can literally change our outer reality, right? It's all based on how we feel up here. What are we saying to ourselves, as well as recognizing some of the unconscious belief systems that have been passed down to us. You know, it's not really our fault. And it's not our parents' fault either, because they're not aware of the unconscious patterns that are being brought down onto us, right? That's just how they raise us. You know, they didn't know any better. And so start saying thank you to yourself. Start saying thank you to the universe. The universe is always listening. You see, that is why I am affirmations are so important, because they can help us get to where we want to be. You know, if there's a certain location that you want to be at, start visualizing it. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths and envision you actually being there, right? Envision you touching the rocks. Envision you envision yourself sitting in a canyon, right? Envision that you are there where it is that you want to be. And when we start to do this is when we can really change our life. You know, this can be with anything: money, wealth, right? This can be abundance, this can be love, this can be for anything. And so I want to come on here to remind you of how powerful your mind is, and start really analyzing some of the things that you do, because the universe is always listening to you. Our words are powerful, right? When we start to become alchemists, meaning that we start turning certain energy into energy that we want, that's what alchemy is. It's a transference of energy, right? Instead of saying, I'm a loser, I suck, I'm stupid, say, I am a genius, I am wealthy, I am amazing, I am confident. Right? These affirmations, just by saying that, I feel good. You know what I'm saying? And so that is how powerful our mind is, and that's how our mind works. And so when we analyze some of the limiting belief systems that we have, that is when we can start to change our world. And so that's going to be the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. We're just having fun out here, baby. We are having an amazing time out in this beautiful weather. I'm a little bit sweaty, but I feel good regardless. You know, I love being out here, and I've really appreciated all of the support that I've been getting throughout these videos. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful that I'm able to inspire millions and millions of people each and every day. And I'm grateful that I hopefully made your day a little bit better, so that we can awaken to our true abilities. This is my purpose. This is why I'm here. And so with that, I say thank you for tuning into today's video. If you have any questions at all about anything, feel free to let me know down in the comment section. I will respond to you. If you have any future video recommendations that you want me to talk about, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below as well. Make sure to follow me on my social media. They're all going to be right here. I think I said that. But if you've made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. Have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night, wherever you're at. And peace, love, and happiness, my friends. Mwah.